Hello. Hi, thanks for joining. So today is going to be a continued session of the previous stream from yesterday. So today again is going to be a salamander painting. And today is going to focus on the base that my client is requested to do. He asked me to do the lava base, but today is a little special because it is not like an ordinary lava base like what I have done, but it's going to be the blue lava that usually depict of the even the hotter version of lava. Thanks for coming. I'm doing the Salamander with Deathwatch. It is a continued session from yesterday. I am doing now like highlighting the gold. Hi, thanks for coming more. I just did the gold highlighting, and today it's going to focus on the lava base of these guys, but I'm going to show you just one of the miniature to show you how I did. Today's special request from my client that he wanted the blue lava. So I haven't done the blue lava base before, but I have did the actual lava, like the red one, like the regular one. I really love this. Oh, thank you. This is what my client also like requested. He want a maroon cloak. I believe this is from like the Salamanders, right? Or like a Drake. Hello, welcome. I just iron details out all from on the miniature. So the next step is going to be the lava base. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a coal white from Vallejo to do the decoding. Not decoding, I mean the base color, so that we can emphasize the color without being interrupted with black base. So then let's start. I'm going to apply the coal white that I've mentioned. So it can be like roughly applied. You don't have to like be too much of precision of while applying these colors. But always like thin your paint and do not let it. You have to keep the consistency well, so that it won't be too watery and too thick. And I have to say that this is my first time doing like the blue lava base. I hope that I don't have to redo like the base. Oh, but the thing that you have to be careful is to not overpaint the white on the place where you already finished on the minis. Otherwise, you have to, clean up things again. And it's okay if you mess up like these parts of the base, because you always have to cover the part with black later on. You always have to do those steps if you like did the base. You don't have to rush on about like if it's like does not meet the quality that you're expected it to be, like more of like the consistency of the color that you see is fine. You just have to wait for the area to dry, and then you can reapply the colors again. You don't have to rush, or else it's going to leave like the trace, I mean like um the ugly trace of the brush, and that's what we want to avoid. So this is what going to happen. So I'll let it dry while I'm going to apply the rest, even though I'm not going to show the whole um the whole scenario of what's going to happen to all of these three. Do you guys want to hear like some music along like the session? You can tell me like what do you want to listen so I can turn it up for you, or do you want to hear my playlist? This might take around like 2 to 3 coats to smooth the colors on the base. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, if you can see the difference of these two, I hope my camera focus. But as you can see, like the first one that I did has more consistency of the white on the base than the recent one that I just apply. Like if you can see on the base, there's like lots of dots on um I mean lots of like the texture happened on the base, which is the result of having like too watery texture of the paint. But that's okay because we all can always let them dry and then reapply the colors that we want again. So if this happened to you, you don't have to be worried, okay? And I believe that the first one is already dry, so I'm going to apply the second coat with the um, what's the color again? The coal white. So, um, you mean you mean these figurines or like my whole career of painting miniatures? So this is what happened after I applied the second coat on the left. It looked like the colors popped more than the one that I did a single coat of colors. So this is a kind of like a suggestion for me that if you apply to less of the colors, it is always better than having like all of the colors and dumped, like like you apply too much of the thickness of the colors, and then the whole picture would be ruined. So less than, I mean the lesser the better, I guess. So, for the questions, I will answer with what I understand. If you mean these figurines, the how much time did I took on these figurines of these three? I would say like I usually spent around like 5 hours to 6 hours per figurine. But if you mean my career, I have spent my time around like a year. But I always have like more of things on this field to learn so that I can improve my work and then I can eventually share my techniques and the way I did my figurine with you guys. Um, it's because it's actually like a little bit of my backstory. It was because that I actually lose some of myself a bit back then because I haven't done like it's actually okay. Let's say that I actually interested. I have an interest in arts since I was like a kid, and but because of the environments and the way the Asian influence from like in my country, so that I have lost an ability to paint and draw. So that's why I try to figure out what I can recall myself and do what I really like. And that's when I have met like I was starting playing games back in like 2017 or something. But okay, back then I have played like many of games until I have seen and played the Space Marine series from like I believe it's Sega. company, I think. And that's when I first learned about like the Warhammer franchise. And that's when I study and learn that they also do like mediators, and that's when I decided to put my interest into painting these, and that's also like recall what I always wanted to do, which is arts, paintings, doing like, hobbies. So then I have to like, not I have to, but I decided to learn and improve my painting since then. But I actually have paused like doing paints around like a year before continuing doing these again, because I have lots of duty to do and to deal with myself a lot. But here I am doing this with with um the dream I wanted to do. I actually once tried using the magnifying glass, but honestly, it doesn't work on me because, um, imagine like using the magnifying glass that you have to fix into a single place. That isn't like the way I usually work because actually if I work off camera, I would like doing like the placement of like sometimes far and sometimes like close to myself. And as you can see, like it was off the camera. So this is the position that I have to like fix for you guys to see what I was doing. But I would say that having magnifying glass was not comfortable, like it's uncomfortable for me. So I did all the details with my bare eyes. I hope I can learn how to like use the magnifying glass so that my money wouldn't like be wasted away. I can show you like the one I have. Yeah, here, this is what I have. And I believe that many people will have like the fixed stands to be placed on the table, but yeah, I haven't used these like since then. Oh, but a a thing that I would recommend doing the with the details is you need a lot of lighting. Not, I mean like I might need a lot of lighting to see like what's going on the minis, but I would say good lighting might be enough for you to I mean like to refine the details. But who am I to say because I don't know like the conditions of each of you guys. But I think for saying universally advice, I would say like a good lighting is enough. This is going to be my last coat before applying blue onto the base. And we have to let them dry before applying blue. And so then I'm going to show you what I'm going to use today. And since we have to let them dry, I will close the wet palette for a bit, or else it's going to dry out. So the color I'm going to use it for the lava base is the sky blue from AK Interactive. And the second one is Ducat Blue, also from AK here. Um, Another color I'm going to use, this is like the contrast color from Citadel, but it is a express color from Vallejo. The color is Gloomy Violet. And lastly, I don't know if this is going to be an extra steps, but I'm going to put the list of this color on in case if I needed the color, and it is a Citadel color. The color name is Cougar Blue. What are in your opinion, the hardest parts of the figurine to paint? Um, for me, I think it's not hard, but it's the part that I don't really like doing is actually doing the armor because for my preference, I love painting something with like the organic forms. So my preference would be like the Xenos, clothings, that is like the cloths, the more of like the um more of not like a formal armor, like uniformity of like Space Marine. So if I have to paint Space Marines, I would prefer to paint like something that is more like an Chaos Fraction. I love like Nurgles, Big Guards, Corn or something. But it's fine for me, even though I don't really like painting these. But people seem to like Space Marines a lot. But I do not like have a like a bias towards doing whatever comes. So these are fine for me, but for my preference, just saying that I like organic forms. So my Tico is like of the fraction is, I mean, are like maybe sororitas. I mean like the sisters battle. I'm sorry, I am confusing right now. And Tyranids, orcs, um, maybe not so much of Tau because I don't really like doing the robotic stuff. But I would say I like Mechanicus fraction. Um, yeah, but nothing is too hard to learn. So if I can't do any part of like paintings, I would try to achieve what it has to be done. Even though it's not the best since the beginning, but I believe that I can learn to improvise with what comes. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put some sky blue onto the wet palette first. And I'm going to put a gloomy violet also onto the palette. Don't forget to shake well the colors to keep um, the solution mixed. Where should I put these? Let me put it here. Okay, so what is going to happen is I'm going to mix the sky blue and gloomy violet together so that we can achieve the indigo colors of the blue I was aiming. So I'm going to put just a little bit of the express color and mix with the sky blue. If it's not enough, then we can add little by little so that it is not going to empower the sky blue itself. Okay, this is not enough, so I'm going to add a little bit more. And this is what I'm trying to aim of the colors, comparing to the one from the bottle itself. It's more like of a cold blue, but now this is kind of like more of like oops, more of like blue with purple undertone. So I'll just apply the color mixture I've just done onto the base. So let me tell to you, Red Engine, what do you like about painting figurine? For now, not really, but I do have like printed other franchise from other franchise, but I haven't done the video yet. So right now, let's say no is a no. But since I have told you that I have printed some of like other franchise miniatures, so meaning that I have a plan on doing other other miniature besides 40K setting? Top list, Oh, that's not true because you can always learn. But I have to agree with you that painting supplies and the miniature themselves are expensive. I also need to plan like things that I have to, paint and do the contents in order, or else like, it's going to be like the real messed up for me. Even though these guys are what my clients has commissioned me to do, these are not even mine. And then we're running out of the colors that we mixed, but that's okay. I have to remix the color again. It's like the one that I don't know if you have seen like the that one guy that was so happy to like have like the direct pops of Creech, and then he just realized that that he had to assemble the mini himself and then have to paint them. That's what like your friend's reaction. Yeah, as you want. But you should try like maybe just a single stuff, or maybe like the set. Doesn't have to be like your main fraction, but you can, I think like it sometimes help you relax and relieve with what you're like, facing. So what's your main fraction? I believe. No, I do not believe, but let me guess. Is that is your main fraction is this craft of creech? Yeah, I don't really agree with, their beliefs of Mechanicus, but I like the designs. Yeah, I have done like Necrons for, I think if I remember, I have like did just a couple of Necrons, but I think their lores are kind of like absurd because who would want to be like turned into like an actual machine and slowly lose themselves? Let me see the reference again. Hmm. Yeah, I know. That's why, like, it's absurd. And now I'm going to use Ducat Blue and Gloomy Violet from Vallejo, which is a express color, and mix them together. Um, I am like nowhere near being a lore master, but what what does I just like the horse designs of the creature. Do they have like a specific names for the host? I mean the horse. Whoa, so they like carnivore? My favorite faction is actually the orcs because of the Space Marine, the game, aka Space Marine 1, actually introduced me to know both Titus, Chaos Marine, and the orcs. And to be more specifically, I actually like the Storm Boys because of like that one scenes that they are like uncontrollably fly around and hit everything and die, and I think that's stupidly funny. And now I'm going to roughly apply the mixture of Ducat Blue and Gloomy Violet onto the base, um, to create like a, how can I say this? Like the area of the cooler area of the lava, because of the concept of lava, like the lighter the color, the hotter the lava. So the darker color depicts like where the lava is about to set themselves onto the place. Just like a picture. You can apply it like um randomly. It doesn't have to be like to keep it the same size. You can do like big, small, tiny, anything you want, and you can like roughly paint a shape without trying to shape them too much, and that would suggest that the area is natural. If you don't like some of the area, you can always like paint the previous colors onto the area you don't want them anymore. So this is what it's going to look like. It kind of resemble the cow prints here, and I'm going to do the rest of the mini now. Um, so let's see. Oh, so Creech basically is are humans, right? But because of the nuke, they became like insane. What do we call like a frenzy? Is that the right word? Oh, so that's what happened. What is for father? Is like commanders or like the head of the fraction? The ruler? Oh, I see. I actually like did um Deathcraft of Courage back in my channel, but I I can't remember how long, but it was the first time I'm trying to do an MM. If you have like someday you can like own your own collection of the Deathcraft of Courage, I am more than happy to let you follow how I did the Courage. You're welcome. And now we're going to use maybe you have to change from cocoa blue to another color, which is going to be the macrate blue. But maybe I'll use turquoise for a darker spot on the lava. And then again, we still need our gloomy violet to achieve the purple tone of the blue. Yes, but I usually like use like when I did a project, I usually tend to have like around 3 to 4 size of the brush. The biggest is for applying for the big area, like um this guy in for example, I use like the biggest brush to apply like the base of the mini. In case of this cape, I use like the black red and apply with the biggest brush, usually like the size of 2 or 3, not bigger than that. And then for a smaller details, I usually use like the 00 size to apply on like for roughly details, and then I use like a triple zero for applying a very fine detail. But I am actually aiming to have like the Kolinsky brush, which is a real um, hair of the mink. I don't remember which, but it is a real brush, not a synthetic one. What I'm using right now is only the synthetic because of the price. Um, I actually have like Kolinsky with me, but I don't have an urge and encourage to use these because I don't want to ruin these expensive brush. So I use like just the synthetic one, because if I mess the brush up, then I don't have to be much of the regrets. Oh, oh, I forgot to dip the gloomy violet. I think I just dipped too much of turquoise blue. Um, I have to spit into another set of the mixture so that I can divide down the portion. Yes, it's basically like the brush control of the tip of the brush. The real one tend to have like more refinement of the tip. So if you want like to do like the freehand like or hardcore blending on the surface, the real brush would be the highest recommend to have to achieve the blending and the texture. But if you're not serious about doing that and you are aiming mainly use like the metallic colors, the ink or the contrast, the synthetic one is recommended because these kinds of colors would ruin the brush. So the real brush is usually recommended for doing in MM because those would tend to use like pure acrylic colors only. So yeah. But if you're not serious and you are more of like casual painters, then the synthetic one is recommended. And now I'm going to apply the our turquoise and gloomy violet onto the surface of the base. And now it's going to be like the rough step because we're going to refine the base later. so scary. So this is what is going to look like so far. Please focus. It's okay. Thank you for entering my stream. I hope I see you again, Red Engine, next time. Have a great day. Bye. Or maybe good night. Thank you. Thank you. gonna let nobody. He's my poker face. She's gonna let nobody. Pop, poker face, pop, poker face. Pop, poker face, pop, poker face. Let's really play, yeah. Ooh, sure fucking nightmare. And now, after I apply these blue already, I think I might. I was thinking of applying the darkest shade of the blue, but for now, I think I will adjust the colors with what my clients was requested. He was asking me to do the blue with red lava, which is a fusion of the hottest hot of the lava and the coldest cold of the lava. It's funny because blue is usually depicted as the coldest temperature, and even though like the temperature will depict the cold atmosphere as blue, but for lava, the hottest kind of lava is the blue one. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to reapply the cold white from Vallejo again on the area that I want to alter the areas to be like the red tone of the lava. It is like I was working two steps, but that's fine because this is my first time doing like the multicolors of lava. Let's say it was an experiment. Disney's World, Disney World. No! No, no, no! So now we are going to wait for the white to dry, and we're going to apply the last coat of white before we applying the next step of the new set of colors. Something me went into the sky. Yeah. And now we are going to apply the last coat of white. And now we are going to apply the sun yellow from Vallejo onto the place where I just applied the white paint on the base. So this may look odd as it is not convinced that these are not mixture of lavas, but I'm going to trust the process because, as I've mentioned, this is also my first time doing a multicolor lava. I use the yellow to divide the space into two types of lava. And then I'm going to use a amaranth red for the darkened spot of the yellow space. Maybe I'll make another color drop of the burnt orange. Let me try painting these on a my prototype. So now I'm going to apply. So now I'm going to apply the yellow the orange spot for a darker spot of the yellow area. And now, and now I'm going to use burn rate as another, as a darker shade of lava spot. And I'm going to mix the color burn red with amaranth red to tone down the darkness of the red. Um, Actually, I think I messed up the base. Um, I think I'll have the solution to fix the base. I think this is more like a thermal vision than the mixture of lava base. So maybe I'll just provide a tutorial for like a short version of the way I'll achieve the result. So thank you guys for being here, and I hope you enjoy my my stream. So see you next time, and don't forget to stay creative. Bye guys.